Namaste and Happy New Year from TOSA, Blue Mountain in Ecuador.
You know, thank you first and foremost for your patience. We had some fascinating tech challenges, but they were overcome because the presence around the world right now, the connection that is happening with this entire community. Do you feel it?
Oh, it's fabulous.
You guys feel it, right? I mean, don't you feel it? And that don't you feel it came from all these amazing beings that are celebrating New Year's here with us live right at TOSA Blue Mountain. And hey, Bria, why don't we get some hellos going here?
We're going to share the local community with the global community.
Yeah, there we are. And so, hey, hi everybody. Woo-hoo! We're all here and we are excited. There we are. We've got it. Everybody. Let's do another slow pan. Slow pan. One more time. There we are. Woohoo! All right. Uh-oh, it's coming back to us, babe.
Good. Yeah, that looks good to me.
Does that work?
Yeah.
We're not crooked or anything?
No.
We're pretty good.
Yeah. I think
All
it's good
right.
enough. I hope you enjoy the view.
Well, hey guys, we're also really honored to be grand opening or celebrating our new yoga studio, which is where we're broadcasting from live. This is its christening moment, and so thank you for being here with us. We really appreciate it.
You know, every New Year's Eve we have a gathering because New Year's is a special time around the world, and I think that the group consciousness, the global consciousness, adds a sense of anticipation. You know, the New Year's Eve, we're kind of letting go of what's been and bringing in what's to be. And that is a powerful moment because a cycle has ended. The wheel has turned.
Wait a minute. A year has ended. Are we all glad about that or what? Right? Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just get real right now. How many of you want to repeat 2019? Now, here's the gift of that. It means that we have learned it. It means, okay, I don't have to repeat this. I am free from repeating this because I have actually learned it. And are you celebrating that? Are you trusting yourself enough to say, you know what? I don't need to keep repeating. I don't need to go backwards. I don't need anything that's going to blow up my life because I've got this.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And I think that cosmically, 2019 was a little bit like the, I'm trying to think of the right analogy. Sometimes when the caterpillar is turning into the butterfly, there is a friction of, to escape through that chrysalis. And I think a lot of us had a lot of friction in 2019. And I know for myself, I feel more shiny as we're moving forward.
Oh, he's radiant. Don't you guys think he's radiant? I mean, come on.
So I can speak
from 30 minutes to live to this. Hello,
And so 2019, as this comes to closure,
right.
We are all being launched in some way. So the question is, are you launching into an expansion? Or are you launching into a cocoon of your own creation? Or something in between? Because there's lots of options. The key is, when we bring a little bit of consciousness to bear, we can magnify that which is good, that which is joyful, and that which expands love. Just a little bit of consciousness.
Well, one of the things that I've been enjoying so much, Sri, about the moment we're in right now, I just want to hold up this card here. So you guys see this card right here? And because I don't think we have graphics tonight, but 2020 is a year that is opening up the absolute ability to do something that we have not ever done before in the evolutionary process of the many times that we have gone through these co-creative cycles together. And that is that we have been able to push the window enough to achieve some things in consciousness that have never been achieved before. And this is why so many of you are feeling lost, and this is why so many of you are feeling afraid, and this is why so many of you are like, what the hell, right? Where is the support? Why is this happening to me? Yet you can't deny who you are. And that's what this year is about. This year, 2020, is the year that will invite you to step into your mastery in a way that you have never done before. And this is not about your ego coming forward and saying, I am whoever. This is about an act of service as your life. The way that you are. The way that you wake up in the morning, the way that you live your daily life, the way that you sleep at night, the way that you interact with others, the way that you command your own mastery. That's what this year is gifting you with. An opportunity to absolutely flourish in being that you are. And in order to do that, it's going to demand a quantum leap in consciousness.
Yes.
And this is why Shri is talking about, this little bit of consciousness. And it brings me back to, some of you, and thank God there are some of you, may remember that back in 2010, Shri and I produced an event in California called the 2012 Quantum Leap. And it was a very large event at the time. And that was when we first met David Raphael in person. And I just wanted to give a shout out because David Raphael was the opening credits when we opened today. And David, we apologize. We had been running your video the entire time. And so we're going to get more of David's incredible videos out. And also, if you check in with me this coming Thursday night on Soul Mirrors, David is my featured guest on my first show back. And coming back to where we are right now, I think I just want to really emphasize for everyone that our ability to open our mind and to say yes to the greater creative process in flow right now, the faster we will move through not only 2020, but we will actually help set a spiral of ascended presence moving forward into 2022. Because remember, we're at the end of the ascension escalator now, right? We're getting there, guys. This is like, we're almost there, right? Started out in 2015 through 2022. Don't you feel like you've blinked your eyes and we've gone through this? I mean, I remember when it was just coming in,
Yeah, and here's one of the things that we all joke about. It's getting faster.
Right.
It's just getting faster.
That's why the consciousness has to jump. It has to jump. And this is what we started doing this past year. We were kind of tongue-in-cheek about, would you want to redo 2019? Well, here's some things I would redo. How about you?
No, I was just about to say, redoing 2019 to me is like going back to high school. I graduated.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll tell you what I would redo in 2019. I would not redo what you went through. For sure.
Or what you went through while I was going through.
That too.
Yeah.
However, what I would go through again is the lineage holders.
Yes. Yeah,
the rise of the lineage holders, the ability to travel with this group, for all of us to absolutely prove and know that we can have positive effect inside of multiple dimensional experiences if we just relax into the gift of that. And to all of you who may be listening for the first time and saying, whoa, I get it. With all my heart and soul, I get it. I know Shri and I both get it. The reality is that we are in a co-creative cycle that has taken us further than we have gone before. And because of that, we have some amazing opportunities available in front of us right now. Yeah.
2020 is truly a magnificent opportunity because everything is conspiring to create an awake world, an awake populace, a group of humans. I'm using that deliberately.
Yes, you are.
Human, because who is the spirit. The spirit entering the form of the human more fully, more vibrantly, more authentically. We have that opportunity. It won't be publicized. You're not going to open up the paper or get your internet email letter, newsletter that says, okay, everyone is waking up now. It doesn't work that way. What happens is the news will get around to reporting it after the fact. So be part of the leading edge. Be part of the wave of awakening that is upon us. And that wave begins with you loving yourself. Let that in.
Oh, I think they are. I'm looking around this room and that's all I see. Is all these beautiful beings loving themselves. And so I know if you're connecting with us tonight, you're loving yourself. And thank you for being here. I'm honored and we are really excited. I think we should share a little bit more about what's going to happen tonight, right? We've just been sitting here jibber-jabbering since you got on. And the first thing that's going to happen tonight is we're going to share just a little bit more about the year ahead, about 2020, about the energies that are in front of us. And then we are going to invite an ensoulment in. And so I think most of you know by now what an ensoulment is. Shri and I are at a very interesting moment with the ensoulment process. This is all of ours birth tonight. It very much is a new year, because I think this is the first time the divine directors are actually going to be, assuming that's who's showing up, which I'm pretty confident is, that's going to be the first public, right? We haven't done a public, or maybe in the miracle team.
I think in the miracle team we've had some.
Yeah.
So for those of you going, what's the miracle team?
Yeah.
That's for the members.
Mastery mentorship.
You have the Shri and Kira app, Mastery membership. Once a month we have a gathering of the miracle makers, the Mastery team, and oftentimes in-soul messages are offered to that group. So check that out as well. But one of the things I want to offer to you is that an ensouled communication is beyond an inspiration, beyond a channeled message. Kira Ra over the years has learned how to vacate her body completely, thus allowing another soul to enter. And that's what ensoulment means, that she is 100% vacant. The personality of Kira is 100% vacant. Therefore, there's no overlays. There's no lenses of the ego mind or the density belief systems. Whatever message comes through is coming from a very ascended, pure, loving space. And we look forward to receiving that and sharing it with you. So that's coming up. But let's talk a little bit about the year.
Well, I want to do that, and so I made notes. See, I have the good, this side you guys get to see, right? This side is Kira's cheat notes.
Yeah.
So I made these notes because we've been talking about 2020 on the radio already, and I wanted to kind of put together some of the concepts and things we've been talking about. And for those of you watching, if you have not connected with our radio shows, please go back and watch our most recent shows over at onenesstalkradio.com, because we have been talking about this extensively. And I think, Shri, the most important thing is that 2020 is a convergence. It is a convergence of so many different energies. And because of that, and because of the actual ascended numerological value, which is the 4 with the double infinite, this is just like that, a pinnacle moment. You know that I have been working, I have been doing it, I've been doing this and this and this, and it's like, okay, show me. And the gift of arriving at a pinnacle moment is that the light opens if you look up. And so this year is all going to be about looking up, about being in this divine energy and recognizing or recognizing that in that moment, overall, it will be a year of great healing, extraordinary healing. Now, when healing comes in, so does a healing crisis. So
often they're connected.
And they're going to be connected that way in 2020 as well. There's going to be all of this energy that's going to be out there around healing. And so how we, or the individual, or the universe, or the cosmos, or Mother Gaia herself heals, it's all going to be healing. And this is the energy that will assist you to sustain in the ascended realms during this time. And this is why I wanted to write this down, to make sure that I said it exactly the way the Divine Director shared it with me. That this dragonfly, you like my cool dragonfly, isn't that great? I know, best little vintage ever. Okay, so that this dragonfly energy was bringing with it 3 very unique energies that are now in harmony with each other. So it's not like it's the Trishul. It's like the Trishul has come together into a pure beam of light, which is, of course, the ascended presence of any Shiva Linga, right? It's a pure beam of light. It's meant to be the egg of this, pure beam of light. And so here's what that dragonfly is representing. Number 1, it ignites profound shift. Profound shift. So think about that. Think about all the shift you've been through, right? About the cycling up and the cycling down. I mean, why don't you jump in on this one, Shri?
Shift happens.
Yeah, I knew he was going to go there. You knew it. I gave it to him. I handed it off.
But here's the thing: profound shift is sort of, that's a PS. That's where we're really, it's the postscript saying we're going to have a quantum opportunity.
Oh no, we are in a quantum experience. Remember, it's an experience year as well.
Well, and this is one of the things from the numerology that just keeps resonating with me. Because 2020, 2 plus 2 is 4.
Right.
4 itself is an angelic number.
Right.
4 itself is balance. It's the unilateral cross, the equilateral cross, and
the 4 directions.
The 4 directions, and the indigenous traditions have, for millennia, honored the balance that comes when we bring reverence to all the directions. But let's throw a couple of zeros in there.
Right? The double cosmic energy. I love that.
And the zeros represent the cosmos.
The infinite.
The infinite. So we have balance with the infusion of the infinite. We are balancing to a greater context. So of course there's going to be profound shift. Of course people are going to be having changes in their lives. And of course, sometimes when change happens, part of us is a little frightened, or part of us goes, I don't know if I can do it. And you go, okay, you know, Spirit has something greater in mind for you.
Yeah.
Go with it. Trust it. And I know for myself, this year, 2019, has been preparing for this. One of the things I've noticed, Kira and I have been publishing ascension energy
symptoms,
you could call them, energy experiences that people often have associated with their upliftment. And we only publish those after we have passed through them. These are not things we've made up. These are observations that we've experienced.
Well, and it was part of our agreement with Archangel Zadkiel. You know, if you've read our first book, Sacred Union, The Journey Home, it was one of the things Archangel Zadkiel made clear to us was that if we were to say yes, then it would be through our own experience, awareness, experience, choice.
And it's about authenticity.
Exactly.
What we know is that our role is to keep moving forward and to share with you that process, to show you a portal, to demonstrate the yoga of self-ascension. Because remember, self-ascension is as unique as you are. There's no dogma. It's simply returning to that which you already are, which is your soul's essence, is it not?
Well, and to have the exquisite, ultimate experience of being able to transcend all that would seek to stop you from that recognition. You know, in the end, one thing Zadkiel does that I love so much is Archangel Zadkiel always shares about how, you know, dance in little circles, drink fermented grape, have fun. Don't take it so darn seriously. And right, be in joy, yeah. Right? You know, if it does not bring you joy, why are you doing it? And in that, Zadkiel also always reminds us about everything that guides your day, all 4 steps of self-ascension, and how to get to a moment where the ultimate, or at least what my experience has been, the ultimate pinnacle of self-ascension is that moment where you are absolutely aware of who you are. While you still have a body, while maintaining consciousness in at least 3 dimensions simultaneously, and learning how to adapt a frequency into a physical form that hasn't been seen yet. And then to move through all of the chatter that would seek to stop you. It's like being the Buddha sitting under the Bodhi tree. Because you're in the middle of this exquisite recognition. And then they come and try to stop it. Mm-hmm. And it's transcending to the other side of that, and then learning how to adapt. And once you get there, once that adaptation takes, it becomes, it's an exquisite moment. It is that still center. Yeah. It is 2020. It's that still center, yet it is active and aware and having fun. I mean, wow.
And so as we talk about this healing opportunity of 2020, I just want to remind everybody that with expansion, with healing, there comes a moment where the polarities of this world will seek to bring up that which would keep you from fully anchoring. That is a form of resistance, a form of interference. It's part and parcel with the journey that you don't expand without having a little bit of friction. And the key is not to focus on that which is bothering or interfering. Instead, to re-up your commitment and self-trust that I am moving forward. And then it just dissolves again. And we reach the next level and the next level. It is truly climbing the temple steps.
Yeah, and they are a spiral. Don't you love it? They're a spiral stairwell, very cool. and the gift of that is that we know we're on the steps.
Yes.
You know, and that's one of the things from 2019 is that during this year, I would venture to guess a lot of you have had a lot of interesting coincidences, connections, interruptions, you know, just weaving. If you look at how all of 2019 has woven itself, we are at a moment of divine healing.
Yes. Divine healing. Let that one in for a moment, because that's where the 00 comes in the 2020.
Exactly.
Divine healing and a cosmic recontextualization. All healing is a restoration of a balance. And when we are rebalancing to a more cosmic context, guess what's in store for you? Cosmic consciousness. Freedom.
And I love that you brought that up, but I want to jump in. Can I jump in on that? Because if we take that to the Pyramid of Spiritual Awakening, right? So hopefully you guys know about the Pyramid of Spiritual Awakening. Cosmic consciousness, to really remain connected in cosmic consciousness means that first and foremost, the chakras of the body need to have stabilized into the self-ascended state, meaning that they're now no longer those orbs, right? They're in that nice, beautiful, elliptical, infinite pattern. And then we've been able to ignite our higher chakras and stabilize them as well.
Yes. Yeah. And there is a science to this. There is a pathway. We have written about it. We have ensoulments about this. So please avail yourself of the free material that has been shared throughout the years that you'll find at shriandkira.com. Messages from the Masters. Go click on the menus and take a look. If you are thirsty for authenticity, if you are yearning for a greater understanding and meaning in your life, then please check this out. It's a gift. And what I can tell you is our lives have magnified exponentially.
Yeah.
And many, many other beings have found the truth of this. We honor and respect all paths because all paths eventually lead to the breakthrough.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I always go back to Gandhi. You know, there are as many paths as there are beings. There it is. And so, beloved ones, Shri, I'm feeling like we need to do something to change this up. What do you want to do?
Well,
do you guys have any questions? Do we have any questions from anybody before we go into the ensoulment? No? Okay. And
I'm going to take a peek at the chat over
I was going to
here.
say, why don't we just check in on the chat? And I apologize for drinking so much water. I have had a virus or whatever it is. It's been a fascinating journey for quite a while, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm able to do this ensoulment without choking. So thank you guys for watching me get as hydrated as possible.
So I'm just peeking here. I see lots of people that are saying hi to each other in the chat, and we've got a live chat going on at the Oneness Talk Radio YouTube channel and also at the official Shri and Kira YouTube channel.
Hi, both YouTube channels. Thank you for being here.
And somebody going, hey, I just showed up. Okay, good.
Well, good. You're in time, right?
I'm glad you're here. And let me look at the other one real quick, and then we'll move forward.
All right.
And
so this is our equivalent of a quick break. And we're loving that we can check in. Because I'm going to need more water.
I love this, Sherry. And this comes from a user whose handle is Happy Mantra. And they write, I know I'm a late bloomer, but I really think it's amazing. And I'm really happy I found all of you this year. You know, there is a truth here. I'm looking at some of the other sharings. There is a truth that interference is real, as is spiritual community. There is a truth that life is sometimes challenging and you're not given anything that you cannot transcend.
That is so true. That is so true.
And this community it always blows my mind.
An amazing testimony to that. Well, you know, speaking of this community and everything that we're doing together, I want to finish with these other two aspects of the Dragonfly before we would go into the ensoulment, because I think it's really important for us to all take this in. So we talked about the first one being, of course, this profound shift energy that's coming forward in 2020. This is the one that's really, I gotta share with you, it is gonna be one of those ascension symptoms. It's a fascinating journey, but it's really quite interesting. Visionary transformation through timeline adaptation. So what does that mean? Those are a lot of words, right? Let me say that one again.
Yep.
Visionary transformation through timeline adaptation. Meaning that the mind of density, the remnants of the mind of density, those little pieces that are seeking to stop you, will have enough safety because of this sacred union with the body. Remember, we've been talking about this on the air. So once you establish this sacred union energy between the illuminator and the body, and that these two beautiful energies are now in sacred partnership, then the energy of trust can emerge. And from that, you are able to relax. The mind of density feels safe enough that you'll have this incredible operating system going on in density while you'll be absolutely experiencing, remember it's your experience, experiencing yourself as the witnesser, witnessing, in conscious recognition of all of this at the same time. And I know that sounds really out there, but that's what this is talking about. And one way to begin is to just work with doing more of the conscious visioning of your own life and future pacing, future timing that we did when we were in the lineage holders.
Yeah.
Which I think we should probably release that again.
Well, I think it'd be good to get together again with the lineage
I think
holders.
it would be really good to do that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Bria, would you mind turning off the ceiling fans as we get ready to go in the solar?
Yeah, my eyes are definitely not
draining
enjoying
in energy.
There we go, that's better.
You can, yes, it's the fan part I want off.
Does that do that?
Actually,
I want the lights off.
You want the lights off? Go for it. Take the
Well,
lights
you don't
off.
have to do that yet, just, but I can tell that, because my eyes are
No, I
still.
feel it.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too. Okay. Well, you want to do number 3
Yeah,
then?
let's
All right,
do
guys,
it.
sorry. The last one is awakening self-ascension. And again, that's part of putting all of that energy together. And I think the other thing that I'd like to mention before we go any further and we're adjusting lights, thank you guys, is that as you are breathing through this moment right now, what have you put in motion for 2020 already? Meaning that in your heart right now is an opportunity, is a rich moment to say yes to you, to say yes to what you are claiming, to say yes to the divine manifestation that is working through you right now. And so I just think it's a heart moment, and it's important for everyone to just touch into your heart right now. And just let go of the mind chatter, let go of anything that's seeking to stop you from this moment, because there will always be something. And just really connect with your heart. And feel the love that's radiating towards you as that sacred union of your body and your spirit becomes ever more strengthened. And just feel this radiation of unconditional love and acceptance. And really breathe that in. Feel that, really feel that. And if anything comes up to try to stop that, just smile at it and thank it for showing you. Thank you, thank you. Yet this is real, this connection right there.
Anytime that you feel yourself moving away from trust, anytime a little doubt comes in, this is a good place to begin. When we put our hands on our heart, we send a signal that we choose to center here. Your heart is the foundation of the ascended state. The foundation. And that is love and compassion. And that is from the space from which we can grow in self-acceptance and acceptance of others. And that is the space that supports us to move into ascended forgiveness, which is to love all, to release all judgment. And those are the kind of the progressions that happen. And it begins right here with a deep breath, hand on heart. And in this moment, I trust myself.
So in this moment, because I trust myself, I need to be in one, I see 2 empty chairs, I need to be in one, sorry guys, we're going to have to move the camera, I need to be in a lower chair to do this.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So just for the YouTubers here, we're going to adjust the camera.
Sorry,
right now we're on higher chairs, and when Kira releases,
I just clearly was shown that that was not going to be a good thing for me.
All right, let's.
So guys, just hang with us. We're just doing a quick move the chairs thing. Okay. Thank you. And then we'll have to lower the camera.
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Okay. Yeah, that feels better. Okay. Yeah, it's 106. We can get
I do.
an idea of the height. Sorry guys, if you want to rearrange your chairs because you can't see, or if anybody wants to move, you're welcome to do that now while we're getting the new camera angle. And thank you all for holding with us. I know it has a wall because of the rug. It's the rug. Yeah. This is not a permanent rug. No, I know. I'll be okay. It was about being equal with you guys. I didn't enjoy sitting way up there.
How are we doing?
How are we doing?
I think we're good.
All right.
One of the
So
things,
this is live, guys. So thank you for being live with us.
you know, when Kira moves into the ensoulment process, she becomes very, very sensitive, and little details can be harsh. Just as I'm sure many of you have experienced states of exquisite consciousness where everything is brighter, sounds are brighter, smells are more intense. And so we always like to create an environment of respect and gentleness and safety so that there's nothing harsh to be experienced. So we made a little change there. The other thing that I just want to share as Kira's getting prepared is we have this wonderful mist that we use. It's called Archangelic Crystal Mist. And this mist has been lovingly created with a formula that was given to us by Archangel Zadkiel. And the formula includes essential oils and a full moon process. But here's what happens, is the mist always holds a vibrational rate well above 500 on Hawkins' level of consciousness scale. 500 is love, and then it moves to joy. And we find that little tools like this, having crystals, having the crystalline mist, things like this really help relax into a divine connection more easily. How you doing?
I'm aware that I'm dehydrated. And so I'm just taking a moment. Is this a vase of water? Yeah. That's why I'm enjoying it so much. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a vase of water. I ran to the garden. I have been. Thank you.
And so, beloved ones, we invite you as we're kind of preparing ourselves that you do the same. And what that means is to suspend judgment, to move into a calm state of being, to perhaps bring your hand to your heart and breathe deeply, and just be willing to witness dispassionately, without judgment. Be willing to receive whatever energy transmission will come your way. Be willing to accept that all is in service.
I'm willing to trust that.
All right.
So, are we moving forward?
You ready?
Well, I've been ready. I'm kind of stuck. That's why.
Okay, let's move
So
on.
I can't. I was like, do you have more to say?
No.
Okay. Then, what I would really appreciate right now is if we could all just hold presence for each other. And I will share out loud that to all of you here, the greater reason I wanted to come onto this chair was to be really right here with all of you. Just right here, heart to heart, eyeball to eyeball, just right here. And so thank you, thank you. I hope that the broadcast works for you as well. As my breath is starting to fade, which is how this usually happens, what I do just want to share with you is that the divine directors have been coming through me very differently. And it's more about me just really allowing them right in. And so they want you to hear in my own voice that they're saying this voice is easier to listen to for many who have not enjoyed other voices. That we have been in a training session, and that during this training session, they have been attuning my frequency, my body, and they're saying they're saying that there's like a harp playing right now of many different frequencies, and that all beings right now are like dissolving into these frequency bands. And that as we're dissolving into these frequency bands, this is why we feel as if we're learning a new song, because we are all literally learning a new song. And they're saying sometimes when you strum it, it sounds great, and sometimes when you strum it, it sounds awful. And the key is you don't stop playing. You keep going until you find the chord that is resonant for you. And that this is actually part of the radiation of crystalline energy that assists you to hold open an effortless frequency through multiple dimensional ascension experiences. And that these rays are not individuated. It's one pillar of light, yet it is filled with this illumination. And the message I'm getting, they're saying to me right now to talk to you directly. They want to talk to you directly. And so this is going to be a first. They want me to describe what I'm feeling. I'm itchy all up here. My crown chakra is very, very itchy. They're saying that you all chose to be witnesses to this. And so that aspect of me that's in connection is going to let go. We are here with great presence. We welcome you, and we welcome you. The eyes of this body are not capable of our transmission yet, however, it will adapt. However, we see you, and we welcome you. And the radiation of all that has ever been is flooding into service now in a world of co-creative, joy-filled presence. This joy-filled presence has come forward now through that which has never been, and yet has always been, and will always be. Breathe in now, and relax into the divine presence of the radiation of this energy. For this is a moment that is not about the word. This is a moment that is simply about the energy. If you raise your hands as we are raising our hands, you will feel the weight or weightlessness of the energy. And feel the balancing presence of this energy as it is pulsing and balancing, as if there are magnets coming together, and then they begin to dance again. This radiation that is here now is a radiation from that which has always been, through the vast network of divine harmonies received by those who said yes. This is invited as a radiation, and it is open. Before you now is the divine moment. See it within. Gaze upward and notice that. To transcend the word and simply be in the energy activates the wisdom, the remembrance, and the divine connection that you have called out for. This is a moment that transcends words. It is a moment to begin to trust that within, that hears the wordless and recognizes all words. Outside of the boundaries, outside of the illusion, outside of the perception of limitation, this is where we are together now. Notice your chest or your heart. Notice yourself. When one is connected through the eternal network of that which has always been, then that becomes thee. How you choose to experience this connection is the gift before you now. Notice your breath. Notice your third eye. Notice your star consciousness. Notice your crown chakra. And then notice what you see beyond there, right now. The channels are all open. The highway is yours to travel. All you need do is relax. The rest has been done, is done, will be done again. Relax. It is time.
Beloved ones, thank you for joining us tonight.